butt in and ask you
Sure.
this? If I were trying to repair my own device that I've bought and paid for, and if I destroy something on it, that's my problem, isn't it?
Yes.
So I would need the manufacturer to protect me from myself if I decided I wanted to self-repair.
No. But we like to make sure that the device is performing properly and that the manufacturer can guarantee the life of that
But
device.
it does give you horizontal monopoly over what you sold me. If only you could repair, even if I did have the capability to do it myself.
All manufacturers offer authorized repair program in which an independent repair could become an authorized repair provider and
But that
get
is
that training.
kind of a monopoly.
Well, we
You
like,
manufacture, you sell, you authorize the people that can repair, and I bought it, but I'm kind of a slave to your operation.
but we want to guarantee that the product continues to work. And so as we have a relationship with people we trust to make sure that those repairs are done
But
properly.
once I buy it, I should be able to deal with people that I trust. How
And you
about
can today, yes.
that? Okay, all right.
Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I'm going to probably lose a lot of subscribers on my Not a Financial Advice and New York Real Estate channel by discussing a topic that nobody cares about, right to repair. So last year I visited Maryland and I testified in both the House hearings and the Senate hearings regarding right to repair. I also submitted written testimony, and several of you actually showed up, which was awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. This year, obviously, a lot of stuff got screwed up because of COVID last year. Now, this year, there is going to be a hearing, but it's going to be one of those Zoom hearings. And for the purposes of brevity, they're only having people sign up that are actually in Maryland. And they're also going to be, obviously, far more interested in hearing testimony or receiving emails from people that actually live in Maryland. So what I want to do is I just want to show you the page on legiscan.com so that you know which bill it is that is being referred to here. This is Maryland Senate Bill 412. Unfortunately, it looks like the deadline is up to be able to submit written testimony. However, just because the deadline is up to submit written testimony, that does not mean that you cannot mail or email your senator, that is your representative, and let them know that this is something that you care about, let them know that it matters. So if you are someone that lives in Maryland, look up and figure out who is your representative, and then ask them, what do I need to do so that this bill gets moved forward? Explain to them why this bill matters to you. Explain to them why right to repair is something that's important to you. And also, if you'd like, I am going to include a link down below to the testimony that I submitted myself. Again, I did take a little bit of time out, just a little bit outside of this whole financial crap, to actually do my job and focus on right to repair. And I have this over here. This is my book report. I have all my citations on it. It's got all my, it's got my name on it, my address, and what it does. This document that I'm going to link to down below does. It discusses most of the opposition lobbyist talking points, and then it directly refutes them. Because what I find is that refuting the lobbyist talking point in person doesn't work as well as doing it beforehand. So if a politician is aware of why a particular argument is disingenuous or bad, and they get that first impression from you, then when they hear that argument in the hearing, they'll push back against it. That's what I noticed when I traveled to Washington. Washington was one of the best hearings that I've ever been to, because the people that were up there were just skewering the lobbyists, and it was absolutely beautiful to watch. Whether they were Republican, whether they were Democrat, whether they were neoliberal, or whether they were progressive, they skewered the anti-right to repair lobbyists, and it was beautiful. And I really wish something would have come of it, but nothing managed to come of it at that point in time. But you never know. Maybe something will come of this. And you must understand that last year in Maryland, I don't have a specific link to the video because they didn't actually let me into this. There was this one gatekeeper for the Senate. They didn't let me show up with a camera. Like I spoke to this woman for an hour, and the clerk there would not let me in with my camera. I showed them, like, I've been to Nebraska, I've been to Massachusetts, I've been to Maine, I've been to, I showed her all the other areas that I've been to and recorded, and she's like, yeah, no, you can't get in here, you need a press pass. So unfortunately, I don't have a recording of it.
General right to repair rule. I'll reserve my time for questions from any of you on any of what I said. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, who's next? Ms. Slide.
Hi, good afternoon. Chair and members of the committee, my name is Lisa McCabe, and I'm with CTIA, the Trade Association for the Wireless Communications Industry, in opposition to this bill. The marketplace already provides consumers with a broad range of choice when it comes to electronic repair. For example, manufacturers have relationships with authorized repair providers. These providers, which also include local and small businesses, have received the appropriate training from the manufacturers and have the qualifications to make sure that these repairs are done properly and safely. It also ensures brand loyalty. Manufacturers value brand loyalty and want to make sure that the device works throughout the life of the product, and they use authorized to repair to ensure that those repairs are done exactly to the specifications of the manufacturer. Providers also, in addition to authorized repair, manufacturers offer walk-in at retail as well as mail-in services for repair. And in some cases, insurance providers offer remote third-party technicians who will come to the consumer to perform a repair. And as was mentioned earlier, consumers can use independent repair today. They have that option, as you heard from many of the prior testifiers. But there are concerns that with this bill, if anyone, any independent provider, anyone who is not certified, who does not have the specific training from the manufacturer, they could have the technical information, but without specific training, they could cause problems with an electronic device. For example, they could cause antenna performance problems, whereas a call wouldn't go through, or could cause undue stress on the frame of a device, which could make it so that it would more easily break when dropped.
Could I butt in and ask you
Sure.
this? If I were trying to repair my own device that I bought and paid for, and if I destroy something on it, that's my problem, isn't it?
Yes.
So I would need the manufacturer to protect me from myself if I decided I wanted to self-repair.
No. But we like to make sure that the device is performing properly and that the manufacturer can guarantee the life of that device.
But it does give you kind of horizontal monopoly over what you sold me. If only you could repair, even if I did have the capability to do it myself.
All manufacturers offer authorized repair program in which an independent repair could become an authorized repair provider and
But that
get
is
that
the
training.
kind of a monopoly.
Well, we
You
like.
manufacture, you sell, you authorize the people that can repair, and I bought it, but I'm kind of a slave to your operation.
But we want to guarantee that the product continues to work, and so as we have a relationship with people we trust to make sure that those repairs are done
But
properly.
once I buy it, I should be able to deal with people that I trust. How
And you
about
can today, yes.
that? Okay, all right.
But maybe somebody else does if they manage to sneak one in. But one of the senators there said, so what? So, like, I'm just a slave to your operation? So, you can... So I just have to fix all my stuff with you? Is that what you're saying? And I really like the tone that they took with the anti-repair lobbyists. And it took a lot of the anti-repair lobbyists a little bit off their feet. They weren't expecting it. So I think that the senators in Maryland would actually be open to hearing your arguments. The thing is, they need to hear from you. They don't want to they don't care what I have to say. I'm a New Yorker. I don't vote for people in Maryland. Why would they care what I have to say? Why would someone in Texas who is a politician in Texas care what a voter in California thinks? Why would someone who is in California, who is a politician there, care what someone in Alabama thinks? Like, it's not the way that state and local politics work. They need to hear from you. So I'm going to include a link down below to the bill. What I want you to do, what your homework is, figure out who your representative is in your area, in your district, in Maryland. And then just send them an email. Send them an email. Send them a phone call. I would say show up in person, but, COVID and all that. So just send them an email, just give them a phone call and say, hey, I care about right to repair. Here's why I think it's an important issue. And if you'd like, you can use my thing here as a template. Obviously, I don't think that they're going to take well to being spammed over and over again with the same sheet. But the reason that I put this out there and that I took my testimony and I made it freely available is so that you can figure out which points matter to you. You can edit it, make it your own words, include your own examples. I just wanted to give you an example of the type of stuff that I submit and give you a little bit of encouragement, because each little bit that we do is going to move the ball forward, move the ball forward, move the ball forward, move the ball forward. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. See you in the next video.